We got a nice little stack of comics today. Not really that big of a stack. Only got 6 books here. 2 are part of a run. So hopefully have a halfway decent little video. Might make a half hour. We'll see what happens. We're starting out with Barfly issue 2. I love this cover. Got like a fly strip, pest strip behind him. He's kind of stuck to with his beer there. But these have had a lot of fun and interesting covers, and of course with Kyle Starks, Patton Oswalt, Jordan Blum, Ryan Brown, Kevin Knipstein, Nate Picos, and Blambot working on this. You're pretty much guaranteed to have a lot of fun. We kind of get the history of this. See if I can come up with his name. The Bugometer. No, it's not that. It's let's see here. Not gonna be able to find it when I want to find it, of course. But this is the character that our Barfly character pretty much got started with. He's got a special wrist device that he's designed himself, and it allows him to, through the radiation and stuff in it, it helps him control insects. And he makes some interesting characters like Mantis. Well, he's got a harem of Mantis characters. He's got Crusher-pillars, which are these giant wrestling looking caterpillars. There's some of the Mantis ladies he's hanging with. We got the Skeeter that's called Count Skeeterla, a vampiric mosquito that's going to go around and suck everybody's brains or whatever. But yeah, he's got like a weird name like Insecto something or like. So I could have swore they said it a ton of times in here. And when I go to look, of course, oh, there it is. Oh, that's his bracelet. His bracelet's called the Entoma bracelet. Uh, well, I guess he's just the entomologist. I thought he had a longer, funkier name. I guess it's just the entomologist. But yeah, he goes, tries. He's not liked by any of the evil villains out there. They kind of pick on him. He gets pushed aside, so that's what causes him to make his own device. So he can control insects, and this allows him to do some things that he has other items that allow him to make giant insects, and then he can control insects to do things for him. He gets put in prison for a few years after doing causing a bunch of havoc, and finds a way to escape that. And our Barfly character is the only one that didn't get caught up in the whole spiel that got him put in prison because our Barfly character wasn't wanted to, or he wasn't needed for the crime wave that they were going to cause. Entomologist wanted nothing to do with him because our Barfly character doesn't have wings, so he feels that he serves no purpose, even though he has done a lot of oddball things to help out along the way, and still ends up getting shit on in the long run. But I really like this run. I think we might only have one more issue. It might only be a 3-issue run, but we will see. And this is from the world of minor threats. And it's very good job done by Patton Oswalt, Kyle Starks, Ryan Brown, and all those characters. I have really enjoyed that so far. The newest one's more of a mafia type character, the offshoot from Minor Threats. So I'm not picking that one up. That one didn't grab me like the bug-eyed fly character. We have Get Fury, number 4, and number 5. This is I guess you could call the penultimate review, because I believe this is a 6-issue run that we're finishing off with. And this is done by Mark Russell. Or no, I'm looking at some other X Factor thing that's on the inside cover there. Sorry about that. We got Garth Ennis, Jason Burrows, Guillermo Ortego, Nolan Woodard, and Rob Steen on this one. We get deep into the history of Fury, and we get to see Frank Castle with two females in a car trying to get to the initial helping Fury escape type thing. And we find out that our older female just so happened to have a relationship with Fury back in the day, and the younger one just happens to be Fury's daughter. But she's not letting him know any of that. She figures he just ran off, ran around with a bunch of other women and did whatever. And she figured she'd never see him again. Well, this ends up getting her the opportunity to see him again and help Frank get in to help Fury escape. It's picked up quite a bit. I really liked these two issues. I know I wasn't really thrilled with issue 3. It was pretty drab. Didn't really have much storyline to it. Didn't focus more on the political aspects of it with the politicians that are doing the drug runnings and all that stuff, making money off the whole war and trying to hide things. And by hiding things, they got Frank Castle going to save Fury, and at the same time, they have a group of mercenaries after Castle and Fury, and they want the mercenaries to take them out to hide what they did wrong. But yeah, this definitely picked up the storyline. This made the story way better. I really enjoyed these two issues. Uh, yeah, I was worried after issue 3 that this was going to be a really boring, drab story, just not have much content to it. And then the little twist that they threw into here were a big pickup. Uh, and we get to see what condition Fury's in and all that stuff. We get to see what happens, what Castle's going to have to try and do to get Fury out, if he has any success with any of the things he's trying to do. Be interesting. I don't want to give too much. I gave away enough just by talking about the girlfriend and the kid. Uh, but that was right off the bat in issue 4. And since we're already into issue 5, and we're pulling the heartstrings on issue 6, that should probably be here any day now. Uh, I figure what the heck, I can throw that little tidbit out there. But yeah, it was nice to see that her descript, and we get a nice backstory of when she was with Fury for a while, and what was going on with the war and everything back then, what's going on with it now. We get to see some other higher power characters and find out what's up with them, what they're doing. Uh, Lots of little twists and turns in here, but they did a really good job picking it up after that issue 3 that just did not have me content. Uh, Now a different one, which I screwed up on, because I think I thought I only ordered issue 1 of Nemesis Rogues Gallery, and then issue 2 came in the mail, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't think I ordered issue 3 or 4, so I don't have those coming, so I'm gonna have to go stop at a store and try and pick them up. But this is really enjoyable. I should have known uh, that it would pull its weight after the whole uh, big game, I think it was called, run, and then the other side runs that we've seen. This is done by Mark Miller, Valerio, Gia Giordano, Lee Luridge, and Clem Robbins. It starts out where we have a prisoner that's being given some instructions by another prisoner, and he finds out that Nemesis is going to try and help him with an escape. So he has a prison trial that he has to go to, and they have some things set up for that trial. I'm not going to give all that stuff out, but we get to see what happens. He has to try and make his escape to at least get to Nemesis, so Nemesis can get him the rest of the way out of there. There's tons of issues with other characters, police, and all that stuff that they all have to go through. We see lots of things happening in this issue. It's a very action packed issue, but we also get to find out a little bit more about Nemesis's plan, what he's trying to do, how is he going to work it by building a whole new evil empire when most people lost their powers over the last battles and stuff and were killed and wiped out. And we're also seeing stuff from the superpowered side of things. So we're seeing the supervillains and superpowered side, getting a little bit more description about what's going on with all the characters and what kind of events might that all this activity might lead to. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I don't think this is designed to be a long run either. I think this is going to be a 5-issue run, but I could be wrong. I do see this on the back. What's this? You're a teenager, you've been bitten by a vampire, now it's time to turn lemons into lemonade. Okay, it's just talking about Nightclub Volume 2. I was all excited, hoping they were doing some special Halloween thing when I seen that image. No, it's just talking about Nightclub Volume 2, which is also a great run. Get your hands on. Wish they would have kept the price point it was in Volume 1. But I get it. Space Ghost. We are up to number 4. We are finally dealing more with uh, our evil little mantis type character again. You know, lots of mantises in these stories. Across the vastness of space, evil flourishes in the darkness between stars. With territories spread far and wide across the Galactic Federation, pirates and hijackers have ransacked these distant colonies with cruel disregard for the innocent scientists living within them. Yet there is a cosmic vigilante who metes out justice across the spaceways, bringing vengeance to those who prey upon the defenseless. They call him the Space Ghost. Got David Pepose, Jonathan Lau, Andrew Dalhouse, Taylor Esposito, and a lot of covers with these issues that are coming out. In here, we find out that our evil Zorak, make sure I'm not showing too much off, is making an appearance. You find out where he's been, what he's been up to, what he's been planning, and what he's got going currently. It happens to put Space Ghost into going off to a place that he knows Zorak's been in the past to see if he can find Zorak and deal with it. He leaves our kids and the monkey back at the whole home space planet, home ghost planet. And while Space Ghost is gone, our characters happen to, and the imagery throughout here is a lot of fun. This is so well done, kind of upgrading Space Ghost, giving him more adult little aspect to the designs and stuff in here. But it's takes us into some fun twists and turns, and our kids are supposed to behave themselves and stay at the ghost planet and wait for Space Ghost to get back because Zorak's too dangerous. They find out that someone else is in trouble. They go to help them. and a bunch of things happen. Space Ghost goes to Zorax, one of his hiding spots, and finds all kinds of things happening, and happens to have a big surprise there also. But yeah, this is really well done. This run has been a blast. I'm looking forward to the rest of it. Actually, kind of hoping it goes on longer than maybe they have planned. I'm not really sure if what their plan is for the overall run, but yeah. Then we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Black, White, and Green. I don't know if this is the last one. I would think that they got 5 of them, but we will see what happens. This one I read a while ago, so see if I can even remember it. But the first story is Legends by Lee Garbett, and we have our little turtles. Fun little story about them growing up, dealing with things, and when they do, there just so happens to be some other. You get historical beginnings with them and find out about some other critters along the way. It also kind of like plays on the critters' future and past. So the imagery is very well done in that manner. I love how they did that throughout that storyline. But yeah, we're all very enjoyable. Uh, we got Shredder Gets Caught on Things. This is by Chris Condon and Carson Thorne, where we have this. I can't remember if it's Mikey. I think it might be Mikey that's doing this storyline, but we got our turtle giving us some history. Oops, accidentally showed a back page on there, but giving us some history of our characters, talking about Shredder, playing, giving us some backstories of times that Shredder had issues, and pretty much where he could have been killed off, could have been taken out, and it shows what he went through and kind of like uh, picks on him throughout it, and how he always gets caught on things when he's falling from the skies and stuff like that. But it was interesting. We got Does This Android Dream of Electric Sheep by Jeremy Holt and Sebastian Perez. This one, we got Donnie hanging back while the boys go out, and he's messing around with some electronics again, which kind of takes him into a digital world, a digital dimension, gets him into some troubles that he's got to get out of, which he's dealing with while the rest of the gang's off doing their thing. And of course, usually, some way, shape, or form, things work out to the event where the gang ends up having to get back together eventually to work together, and you find out what happens with that. We got the Book of Splinter by Patrick Gleason. This one takes us into the Technodrome. Uh, we get history again of our characters going back to the farm and all that stuff. We get some past events that they show us, and gets us some deep history on Splinter and Shredder, what's going on. We have a very interesting event with April in this one, but yeah, these are all well done. I think this is the end of it all, but I don't see any advertisements for issue 5, so I'm not positive, but yeah, this could be the end of it all for the Black, White, and Green run, but hopefully there's one more issue. And I think issue 2 was my favorite out of all of them so far. well done as usual with the black, white, and whatever theme, and enjoying them. So for the 40th anniversary for Turtles, 25th anniversary of IDW, lots of good things happening this year. That should do it. We almost made a half hour. Not bad. It's nice to have a little bit shorter ones once in a while. So you can go check out all my other videos. So keep following Under the Color of MS, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll get back with more of these videos soon. Check out Crimson Color Comic Club. Check out our group reviews. Having some extra people that have been popping up, doing some reviews lately. So it's nice to have more than 3 or 4 people on the screen. Check out their different views and the different things that they read, and it works out pretty good where almost everybody has a different main theme that they like to follow. So you get a good variety of a little bit of everything, a good variety of views. So definitely check that out also. And give us likes wherever you can, because that supposedly helps us get to where we need to be. And we will get back with more stuff soon. So take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.